every one of you. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for inviting me down to Jacksonville. It's very nice to see you people. Just raise your hands. Tell me how many of you have been and seen a hypnosis show before. Quite a bunch of you. Okay, now here's the deal. Those that have been hypnotized before make very good subjects up here, okay? Here's the thing with hypnosis that some of you may or may not know about. In order to be hypnotized by me tonight, you must want it and will it to happen, okay? Want it and will it to happen. Just remember that. If you're going to come forward on the stage, try and be hypnotized, and you're going to fight or resist me, it's not actually going to happen, okay? So in your brain, you have to listen to everything I say. Hypnosis, really all it is simply the power of suggestion. That's what hypnosis is. How many of you drive a car? Pretty much every one of you drive. You may be driving your car and you go right past your exit, wonder how on earth you left your exit and went straight past. Your subconscious mind will keep your car in a straight line because it knows how to do it. Your conscious brain, however, is on your cell phone texting, talking to your buddy, or whatever you're doing, talking about where you're going tonight. It doesn't really matter, you're not on the road, but your subconscious is keeping your vehicle going straight. Now, if you were texting all like that and not thinking about the road, you'd probably end up to Savannah. So your subconscious mind will get you there. What hypnosis does, just so that you know, it helps your mind get you to where you want to be. Athletes, for instance, the Colts use hypnosis. Basketball players, NASCAR drivers, they use hypnosis too. How do you think a NASCAR driver can get that close to the other car in a conscious state? Impossible, okay? Some of the recent people I've worked with on America's Got Talent use hypnosis before they get on the stage. Those that are performers or dancers or theatrical will know that sometimes in order to get on the stage, you have to be two things: insane or hypnotized. That's really the way it works. So it's the power of suggestion. So as a rough idea as to see who in here is susceptible, I just want you to follow along with me right here. I just want you to put your hand out like this, copy me on this one. I'm not going to hypnotize you at this point, trust me, you're quite safe. Just want you to make a circle, look at my circle. Want you to wave your fingers, make a circle again. Just put your finger like this, just put your circle right like this. Make a little gun, make a circle. Put your circle on your chin, real quick on your chin. No, see, your chin is here. Oh gosh, we've got a lot of good volunteers here tonight. What can I say? It's just merely the power of suggestion, okay? Now here's the thing about hypnosis. It's actually been around since the Egyptian time. How do you think those guys dealt with lost limbs, lost feet, and everything else by building the pyramids without antibiotics? Come on. They hypnotize themselves inside the sleep chambers. So hypnosis has been around for a long time. Those that smoke in the audience, those that want to weight loss or lose a bit of weight, hypnosis is 97% successful. So smokers can stop through hypnosis, so can people that want to lose a bit of weight straight through hypnosis. Athletes use the hypnosis. I use hypnosis. Pretty much anybody. What we do though is we get a little bit ridiculous and we use it for comedy stage shows. That's why you guys are here today. Now, when you come up on the stage and volunteer in a few moments, there's one or two things I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to embarrass you up on the stage. The show is going to be ridiculous, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to embarrass you up on the stage. A couple of things I'm going to say also is I'm not going to ask you to do anything you do not want to do. You're simply going to follow my power of suggestion, okay? One or two other things that you are going to do is, when you're hypnotized, those that have been hypnotized before will know this, but when you're hypnotized, it is roughly the equivalent to about 10 hours of uninterrupted sleep. So those guys studying for exams and things like that, or wanting to learn certain things, you really need to be up on the chair because you'll feel more relaxed than you've ever felt before. And actually tomorrow and the weeks leading past this hypnosis show, you will actually feel more refreshed than you've ever felt before because hypnosis rests the conscious and subconscious mind. So it's actually a very, very cool thing to be hypnotized, okay? One of the other things that it does is if you have a fun personality, where are all my fun people at? All right. So if you have a fun personality, what it does, it extends your personality by about 100%. So if you think you're fun now, you wait until you get yourself up here. All right. Now here's the things with the cell phones, the cameras and everything else, is it's professionally recorded. We would ask you to, if you haven't already done so, make sure your cells are off. Please do not do too much recording. It is going to be recorded for you available at the back of the rooms if you can do that right now. The last person that had their cell phone ring through my show found themselves on Jupiter. I managed to hypnotize them to actually be on a different planet. It's amazing how that happened. We just got him back a week last Tuesday. I'm serious. Are you a fun guy? You sat dead front center. That means you're a fun guy. All right, very good. So in a second, but not yet, we are going to be asking for volunteers to come and occupy the chairs. Don't worry if all the chairs fill up. We're going to have you sitting on the stage as well if you need to. Just a couple of things that I will ask you to do. Please do not come up here if you have an injury or an ailment or an illness and blame me for it. I'll see this and get you right back off the stage again. You have to have a fun personality to be on the stage. If you don't know whether you have a fun personality yet or not, come up. We'll soon find out. Other than that, no pregnancy up on here, please. If you're pregnant, please do not volunteer. Once you do come up here, one of the other rules is we ask you, or you must have, a reasonable level of intelligence. If that's you, that's good. You must also be able to follow simple directions. Okay? If you can follow simple directions, you can understand the English language, you can understand the power of imagination, and we only want those with a fun personality. Just remember that. We are going to be using your imagination during the show. Okay? Very cool. Now here's another thing, sometimes on my shows, here's what you find, and sometimes this happens at all kinds of universities. One or two of you in the audience will become hypnotized. That's okay. If you are sat next to the person that drops like a rock, or slowly just rolls forward, or just becomes hypnotized right next to you, all you need to do is a bit later on in the show, I will give you opportunity to tell me who that person is if I don't see who that person is. And it's simply this: I'm going to invite you onto the stage as a volunteer, or if you don't want to come up on the stage, I'm going to snap my fingers and bring you right back to a sense of reality, okay? So you will have the choice, pure and simple. So just to determine who my best subjects are before we get you on the stage, we're just going to do a simple suggestibility test. You're looking at me like, uh-oh, here we go. Hands stuck together again. Here we go. So here's what I want you to do. Put your hands out in front of you. Clasp them together, tight shut. Lock your fingers together. All I want you to do is put your two top fingers out about 6 inches apart. So that's not 6 inches, she is lying to you, okay, fun guy? This, shouldn't have sat there. This is the 6 inches. And as you focus on the two ends of your tips of your fingers, all I want you to do is just look at the tips of your fingers in your mind's mind. As you look at your fingers, just shut your eyes, and as you look at those fingers, I'm going to attach 2 magnets to those fingers. Look at those fingers in your mind's mind, keep your eyes shut, and as you realize when I count from 1 through to 5, you'll simply find and feel that at any point soon, any point now, that your fingers will be coming closer and closer together, and you can't find it, closer, tighter together. And as they lock shut tight, just let them touch and let them fuse together. On the count of 2, pouring super glue right over those fingertips, fusing them together, tight, lock, shut together, tighter and tighter and tighter together. Lock, touch, shut. Just focus on your fingertips are closer as they're drawing closer and closer, as they're touching closer, tight together. Feel those magnets, both of those magnets now joining close, fusing together as one. 3, carving your fingers into a piece of wood. It's as if your hands were carved from the one piece of wood, drawing together. Focus on those magnets, drawing closer, tighter, tighter, closer, closer. The more you push, the more it comes closer. The more you push out, the more it comes closer. Locking, tighter, tighter, locked. On the count of 4, locking tight, locking, locking. And on the count of 5, lock, shut, tight, 5, lock, shut, tight. Pop open your eyes, have a look at your fingers. Those that fingers are touching, give yourselves a round of applause. Unstick those fingers. See the whole bunch of you out there with the fingers touching together. Now simply as a test, and that's in the waking state of hypnosis, all I'm using right there is the front of your brain. Once you come up here, I'm going to be using the back of your brain. The simple thing is, those that followed and used the imagination and followed the instructions will have found their fingers came closer together and they locked shut tight. Those people that did that make very good volunteers. It means we both speak in English, you're listening to my suggestions, and you have a good use of imagination. And those are the guys that are definitely who we want on the stage, okay? So what we're going to do is just remind you, if you do come up on here, please do not sit to somebody next to you that you do know. Please do try and sit somewhere not next to your best friend. Don't come up here with a cell phone if you can help it, please. Make sure you don't come up here if you're injured or have any illness or there's any reason why you cannot come up and down the steps. So when we turn it over, we're going to ask for our volunteers, please come up, occupy the chairs. The more the merrier. Come on up, take some chairs. If you would like to be hypnotized tonight, grab some chairs. If there's not enough chairs, just sit on the front of the stage. That's good. It's good so far, man. You can sit on the front of the stage if you need to. Oh, let me grab a bit of water out of there. All right, if you want to volunteer, you're by all means welcome to sit yourselves on the front of the stage. That's good. A nice looking bunch of people here in Jacksonville. The other night, where were we? I can't even remember. Where were we at? Atlantic City. What a bunch of ugly looking people there were in Atlantic City. I'm just kidding if you are from Atlantic City. I didn't know what to expect in Jacksonville, but I'm pleasantly surprised. That could all change though under hypnosis, you know what I mean? All right, very good. So here's what we're going to do. Cut that music down. So ladies and gentlemen, just a few rules for while you guys are up on the stage, okay? The first thing is the front row, even though you want to, you will not fall off the stage. If you feel yourself falling, at least fall backwards, okay? But as you fall backwards, you gently rest your head on the back of the stage, okay? Nod your head if you understand. Very good. Please raise your hand if you're chewing gum. Raise your hand, you got gum? All right, get rid of that gum. Get a piece of paper real quick. Get that gum out of your mouth. Put it in your purse, put it under your leg. All right, very good. Nobody's got gum? So you're just going to put your both feet flat on the floor for me. You're going to put your hands on your lap. And what I'm going to do is just take a good look at you, and the reason I'm doing this is just to assess the level of the mind and the level of consciousness at this point, and I will maybe just rearrange one or two of you. I'm actually going to take you, sir, if you would like to come with me. I'd like you to swap with this gentleman here. Would you please just come here, take a seat? Just swap seats for me. All right. Don't look nervous, this is a good show. And trust me on this one, this is a good show. All right, you come with me, sir. Just swap with the lady on the back. Just come forward for me. See how we're doing here. Isn't it good to be back to school, huh? Get to have all the fun. You're going to come with me. Come this way. Come this way. All right. Just pop yourself on the front. Now, this doesn't mean that we're going to lose you or anything like that. It's just readjusting the demographics of what we've got going on right here. I'm going to have you, please, just swap with the gentleman there. Come this way for us. In my bones, I feel you're going to be a superstar, just to let you know. It's in my bones, I don't know why. I can just feel it. I feel it already. All right, very good. Now just a couple of things just for our volunteers and of course the audience. When I do start the hypnotic process, let me know if anybody's hypnotized in the audience right after I hypnotize these guys. And just the other thing is when I do the hypnotic process, all I ask is that you guys just remain silent, please, as best as you can. This is fast hypnosis. I'm only going to need about 5 to 6 minutes, and then the job is complete. All right. Now for you guys here, I need you all to nod your heads if you give me permission to hypnotize you. Nod your heads. Very good, very good. All right. Anybody sat next to somebody that they really know? I mean, really know? No? 2 on the end. What end? Front on the right. You guys know each other? What? Those two. Yeah. These two? Come with me. Do a swap. Thank you. Just take a seat there. All right, and one important thing, as I say, the most important thing about hypnosis is simply this: each and every one of you will be hypnotized tonight if you allow it to happen. It's very important. So that means from this moment forward, you have to focus on my voice and my voice only. It also means the sounds around you no longer exist. The sounds around you simply will disappear, and all you will focus in on is the sound of my voice from this point forward. I will also say something to you now that you cannot be stuck in hypnosis, because if you feel yourself stuck in hypnosis and you feel that you cannot get out of hypnosis, I will simply just count from 1 up to 5, and you'll pop your eyes open and the hypnotic suggestions and your hypnosis will be removed, okay? From this point forward also, you may not leave the stage unless I asked you to. If you are not feeling the hypnotic effects, don't just stand up and walk off the stage, just sit there. I will invite you to leave the stage, okay? Same with the guys on the front. Also, one thing very important, I can only keep about 20 of you. So what that means is, I'm looking for the best of the best, the cream of the crop. I can only keep the best, which means you really need to focus and concentrate on the sounds of my voice and just allow hypnosis to happen. I can only keep the best. The best of those that are going to be the most animated for the show later on. The stars of the show are you guys on the stage, actually not me, okay? So, do I have permission, one more time, to lend the use of your imagination? Alright, jolly good. So here's all we're going to do. I just need you at this point just to stare at a fixed point right in front of you. Maybe the light right there above, you'll see that light. At this point forward, just fix yourselves, fix your eyes on the light. Now from this point forward, you'll realize that every time the audience applauds, it sends you deeper relax, and every time the audience applauds, you go deeper into hypnosis. So ladies and gentlemen, give these guys a round of applause. They're going to be the stars of your show. Oh, that's right. And just as you all sit there floating and melting in your chairs, you will realize that this room is actually starting to get hotter in here. You're going to realize that what's happened is the temperature in this room is getting warmer and warmer and warmer. It's about 75 degrees in here, 76, 78. You may want to fan yourselves to stay cool. It's 82 degrees in here, 83, 84, fan yourselves. It is getting hot in here, 86, 87 degrees. It is getting warm in here. You've got to fan yourselves. 90 degrees. Use your hands, fan yourselves. 92. It is 93 degrees in here. 94. Fan yourselves. 95. Oh my gosh, it's hot in here. 96. Oh, it is 1